Have you ever walked into your kitchen and stood there for a full minute, completely forgetting what you came for? Or maybe you've been talking to your neighbor about their grandchildren, and suddenly you can't remember their name, someone you've known for 20 years? If you're nodding your head right now, I want you to know something important. You're not losing your mind, and you're definitely not alone. What you're experiencing is your brain asking for help. And today, I'm going to share with you 7 scientifically proven supplements that can actually give your brain the support it's been asking for. My name is Henry from Wise Elderly Tips, and I've spent years researching what really works for maintaining sharp mental clarity as we age. Not the miracle cures you see in flashy ads, but real supplements with real scientific evidence behind them. Because here's what I believe. You deserve to feel confident in conversations, remember the things that matter to you, and maintain the independence you've worked so hard for. By the end of our time together today, you'll know exactly which brain supplements have solid research backing them up, how they actually work in your body, and most importantly, which ones might be worth discussing with your doctor. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into what science actually tells us about supporting our brain health. Now, before we jump in, I want you to comment brain health if you're ready to learn about evidence-based ways to stay mentally sharp. And don't forget to subscribe because I bring you practical advice you can actually trust. Let's start with something that might surprise you. The first brain-boosting supplement isn't exotic or expensive. It's something as simple as a daily multivitamin. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've probably heard that multivitamins are just expensive urine, right? Well, let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret is a 72-year-old woman from my community who started taking a daily multivitamin on her doctor's recommendation. Nothing fancy, just a regular senior multivitamin from the pharmacy. 6 months later, she pulled me aside at church and said something that gave me chills. I feel like my memory has turned back the clock by several years. Here's the thing. Margaret's experience isn't just a feel-good story. A major 2023 study involving over 3,500 older adults found that daily multivitamin supplementation improved memory performance by the equivalent of 3.1 years of age-related memory change. They used Centrum Silver and tested participants for 3 full years. 3 years of real research with real people. The reason this works is that as we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing nutrient from food. We might be eating well, but we're not getting everything our brains need to function at their best. A quality multivitamin fills in those gaps, giving your brain the basic building blocks it needs for optimal function. Now, the key here is choosing a multivitamin specifically formulated for seniors. These contain the right amounts of nutrients that become harder to absorb as we get older. Take it daily with food and be consistent. Your brain will thank you for it. But multivitamins are just the foundation. Let's talk about something called phospholipids, specifically phosphatidylserine. Think of your brain cells like houses. Over time, the walls start to crack and need repair. Phospholipids are like the construction materials your brain uses to fix and rebuild those walls. As we age, we naturally lose these essential components of our cell membranes. Research shows that phosphatidylserine supplementation can actually support the repair of damaged neurons and help build new ones. This isn't just theory, it's a crucial function for maintaining cognitive health. The mistake many people make is buying cheap phospholipid products that don't actually get absorbed by your body. You want pharmaceutical-grade quality here. Take it with meals that contain healthy fats to maximize absorption. Quality matters more than quantity with this one. Speaking of healthy fats, let's talk about omega-3 fatty acids. You've probably heard that fish is brain food, but here's what most people don't realize. It's specifically the omega-3 fatty acids in fish that fight the silent inflammation that can cloud your thinking. Imagine your brain as a finely tuned engine. Inflammation is like rust forming on the parts, making everything work less smoothly. Omega-3s, especially when properly balanced with omega-6 fatty acids, work together to keep that rust from forming and protect your neurons from age-related decline. Studies show these healthy fats may help improve memory and cognitive functions, particularly when brain inflammation is involved. But here's the key. It's not about taking massive doses. It's about the right balance between omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. If you're not eating fatty fish like salmon or mackerel twice a week, consider a high-quality fish oil supplement. Look for one that's been tested for purity and provides both EPA and DHA. Your brain needs both. Now, have you ever had one of those days where your brain feels foggy, like you're thinking through molasses? Often, this isn't just fatigue. It could be your brain literally running out of fuel. That's where B vitamins come in. B vitamins are like the spark plugs in your car engine. They help produce cellular energy and support the production of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers your brain cells use to communicate with each other. As we age, we become more prone to B vitamin deficiencies, which can show up as brain fog, memory issues, and difficulty concentrating. Here's something that might shock you. B12 deficiency is surprisingly common in seniors and can actually mimic early dementia symptoms. Many people think they get enough B vitamins from food, but absorption decreases with age. Your stomach produces less acid, which you need to absorb these vital nutrients. Look for signs you might need more B vitamins. Trouble remembering everyday things, constant fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, or difficulty concentrating on routine tasks you used to handle easily. A B-complex supplement can address multiple deficiencies at once. Let's talk about ginkgo biloba for a moment. You've probably seen this everywhere, marketed as a memory miracle. But here's what modern science actually tells us. The results are more nuanced than the marketing suggests. Ginkgo has been used for memory support for centuries, and it's thought to work by increasing blood flow to the brain. Multiple studies show it can help reduce age-related cognitive decline, with some finding improvements in memory and thinking skills. However, and this is important, results have been inconsistent across different studies. Don't expect overnight miracles with ginkgo. Some people see benefits, others don't, and individual responses vary significantly. If you decide to try it, give it at least 6 to 8 weeks to see potential effects. It's generally safe for most people, but always check with your doctor, especially if you're on blood-thinning medications. Now, here's a supplement that requires even more patience, but shows more consistent results. Bacopa monnieri. In traditional medicine, this herb was called Brahmi, named after the creator god because it was believed to enhance creativity and memory. Modern research suggests they might have been onto something. Studies show Bacopa can improve thinking skills and memory in both healthy people and those with cognitive decline. But here's the catch. Only repeated use over time shows these effects. We're talking about 300 milligrams daily for 4 to 6 weeks before you notice results. Many people give up on Bacopa too early. Unlike some supplements that might have immediate effects, Bacopa requires consistent use over weeks to months. Take it with food to avoid potential stomach upset. And if you're going to try it, commit to at least 6 to 8 weeks of consistent use. Finally, let's talk about vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. Most people think of vitamin D for bone health, but emerging research shows it might be just as important for keeping your mind sharp, especially if you're spending more time indoors as you age. Clinical evidence supports vitamin D's role in preserving cognitive function, particularly in older adults. Adequate vitamin D levels are associated with improved cognitive performance, and it supports blood flow to the brain while reducing the risk of small blood vessel damage. Here's the thing. Many seniors assume they get enough vitamin D, but deficiency is extremely common, especially in those who don't get regular sun exposure or live in northern climates. Ask your doctor to test your vitamin D levels. If you're deficient, supplementation could be a simple way to support both brain and bone health. Now, I want to pause for a moment and address something deeper. Watching your memory slip can be one of the most frightening aspects of aging. It's not just about forgetting names. It's about the fear of losing yourself, your independence, and your connections with the people you love most. But here's what I want you to understand. You're not powerless against cognitive decline. The research we've discussed today shows that proactive steps, evidence-based steps, can genuinely support your brain health. You're not just hoping for the best. You're taking action based on real science. Start with just one supplement that resonates with you. Maybe it's a quality multivitamin, or perhaps you want to get your vitamin D levels checked. Small, consistent actions compound over time. Remember, some cognitive changes are normal parts of aging, but that doesn't mean you're helpless. With these evidence-based tools, you can take an active role in supporting your brain health and maintaining the mental clarity that keeps you feeling like yourself. Before we wrap up, I need to emphasize something important. Supplements aren't magic pills, and they're not substitutes for medical care. Always discuss any new supplement with your healthcare provider, especially if you're taking medications or have health conditions. Which of these supplements surprised you the most? And more importantly, which one are you considering discussing with your doctor first? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one and often respond personally. If this evidence-based approach to brain health was helpful, subscribe to Wise Elderly Tips and hit that notification bell. I research the latest science, so you don't have to, bringing you practical advice you can actually trust. Thank you for investing in your brain health today. Stay curious, stay informed, and remember, every day is a chance to support the mind that's carried you through decades of wisdom and experience. I'll see you in the next video with more science-backed strategies for aging well.